Hey everybody, Jeremy Kane here. Jeremy Kane Homes. Just wanted to reach out. It's Why Invest Wednesday again. I'm back in my home base. Today, real quick, we're going to talk about veterans. We're going to think of veteran. We're going to talk about VA loans, and we're going to talk about the crazy world we're living in with so much uncertainty and what that looks like. So just wanted to start off today by saying thank you to anyone who has served or is serving. I know I have lots of family, good friends that have served in the military over the years or are currently serving. So Veterans Day is a day to thank those people, and I truly do appreciate your service to the country. And one of the reasons I offer my Mile High Champions program to military, as well as nurses, teachers, and hospital workers and things of that nature. So thank you so much for what you do. With that said, we're going to kind of stick to the theme of veterans. We're going to talk about VA loans today. VA loan is a great option for you if you have served the country. There's a lot of reasons why, and everyone kind of knows that the main reason is the 0% down payment. That is obviously a very great option, especially maybe when you're just getting out of the service. If you're younger and serve 4 years and you're ready to get out and do that, and you don't have a whole lot of money saved because you spent it on all your living expenses in the military, having a 0% down loan is super nice. And one of the things that comes along with low down payment loans is mortgage insurance, which I'm running somebody on an FHA loan right now, and we're talking almost $200 a month for mortgage insurance, which mortgage insurance is just insurance that the mortgage company has that guarantees that you're not going to default on a loan. With a VA loan, you do not have mortgage insurance. So you have 0% down, and you don't have that extra fee a month for those loans that other low down payment FHA conventional loans have. So that's a huge, huge boost to you, and also gives you a little bit more spending power because you have no down payment. So your loan's going to be bigger, obviously, but there's no mortgage insurance to have that $200 fee go against your debt to income ratio. So those are two huge reasons why the VA loan's so cool. A couple other reasons. There's a refinance option after just 6 payments, and it's really low cost. We talk about refinancing a lot, especially on here with rates as low as they are. Well, as a VA loan, you can do basically an interest rate reduction refinance. And that basically will just, if the interest rate has changed a lot since you purchased, you can basically take that lower interest rate with very low fees involved. So that's another benefit. And then the last benefit, in general, rates are typically lower on VA loans than conventional loans, especially, and usually lower than FHA loans. So there's a lot of savings. It's a huge benefit to you as a veteran, or if you have a veteran in your family that you live with. Absolutely huge benefit. Highly encourage you to look into it. As you get into the higher price points and you have more money to put down, maybe you bought your first home with a VA loan, sometimes a conventional loan is a better option at that point, because the funding fee of 1%, if you have to pay that, is sizable, $7,000 on a $700,000 home or something like that. Now, there are things within the VA that, if you've been injured in combat and things like that, there is a way that sometimes those get waived. So then the VA loan would obviously be just as good in that case. But sometimes that funding fee up front gets pretty expensive for sure, and we can go from there. So, and that sometimes can be put in your loan and all kinds of stuff. That's lender stuff. We'll let you get into that there. But VA loan, great product. It's available to anyone who's honorably discharged from the military. So, and I believe to anybody actively serving. So if you have any questions about that, I have great lenders that know the ins and outs of VA loans. Want to make sure to hook you up with them. But again, thank you for serving. Happy Veterans Day. As we move forward a little bit into what's going on, we have a hope for a vaccine. We have a president. We have a president-elect. We have a bunch of lawsuits flying around. And the first thing that I thought of was, okay, I've been telling people for months and months that the vaccine is one of my tipping points for when these interest rates might start to tick up. And that mixed with, this election drama that we have going on, no matter what side you're on, there's a lot of drama either way. So with that said, I was talking to some of the lenders that I trust and usually give me a ton of knowledge on this topic. And Nicole Ruth especially was talking to me a little bit about the 10-year yield being, Treasury yield being at 0.96. And the last time it was at that point, we saw interest rates around 3.5, and they're still hovering around below 3. They have ticked up a little bit with the election uncertainty, but as you saw, the stock market really rallied around the vaccine news that came out on Monday. Pfizer's got a vaccine that's 90%, so on and so forth. There's other people that are close. So now is a major time to really consider, because the only thing certain in interest rates is what we have right now and what we have today. And if the interest rates did go up to 3.5%, we're not saying they will. I believe they'll be into the 3s before long. They can't stay below 3 for too long. If they get into the 3s, you have somebody that's looking at, maybe a 2.5% interest rate right now. And if they get into the 3s in the near future, maybe the start of the year when the vaccine gets, doled out and it's readily available, that is a time that maybe somebody who's looking for, a $300,000 house can now only afford $265,000, or an $800,000, a $900,000 house, and the interest rates were like, okay, they're low enough, maybe we can go to $1 million. Maybe now they're back to 900. And what's taken place with the appreciation, which we've been talking about as well, is now instead of those $900,000 houses they were looking at prior, now those $800,000 houses are now worth $900,000. So that could be a whole new ballgame if the interest rates go up even just a little bit. So now is definitely the time to pound the pavement and get out there and see things. And like I said, the only thing certain with rates is the rate that we talk about today. So definitely a time of turmoil. Biden thinks he's going to be the president. Trump thinks he's going to be the president. Whatever it is, that's going to cause some fluctuation one way or the other. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Again, I have people that are like, okay, we want to buy in February just because the market. And I'm like, well, maybe we put your house in the market now. And it's kind of weird, Thanksgiving and Christmas, but 2020 is weird. So let's just keep it weird and do this so that you can capitalize on selling your home to somebody at a low interest rate and then buying a home at a lower interest rate. So we've talked about that a ton, but the main thing is this vaccine coming, more so than the presidencies and the lawsuits and all that stuff, is definitely may have an effect, because once the Fed starts, focusing on other parts of the economy, maybe a little bit less of buying the mortgage-backed securities and things like that, that's when things will really change. As a result, the vaccine is going to be the starter to that. So definitely talk to your lenders, talk to me, call me anytime, comment as always. Hey, I'm trying to get my YouTube subscribers up, so check out my YouTube channel as well. Just Jeremy Kane Homes, type it in there and you'll find me. Do some cool stuff on there, including these Why Invest Wednesdays. So definitely take a look at that. And if you're all wondering, yes, that is 2 Band-Aids on my head. I was playing landlord, back to our investment roots here. I was playing landlord the other day and playing washer and dryer bingo. And I moved a washer completely by myself using a dolly. And it was perfect and everything was fine. Washers are traditionally heavier than dryers, and was the case in this instance. Then I drove down the street to drop the dryer off. That didn't work, which started the whole fiasco of that's why we're doing this, because I had a tenant with a dryer that wasn't working. And somebody came out and was like, oh yeah, we take those. I talked to the guy before. I was like, cool. And so he just naturally helps me get it out of the truck. And as I was, we were going, and he kind of like went somewhere I didn't expect him to go. So I was holding on to it. I was like, okay, where do you want it? And he said, here. And I said, okay, you ready? And he said, yeah. I said, down. And he lifted the dryer up, and it seriously slashed me above the eye, and I had blood everywhere. Like it was like hurt, and I had glasses on. I was like, oh man, what happened? And then I reached down, and my hand was full of blood, and he was gone. And I was like, oh man, like this is a problem. So I took one of my handy dandy JK Holmes, not this one, but my JK Holmes masks that I have abundantly available in my car since I have to wear them when I show houses. And I just kept it on my head for the duration of the trip. Got to my brother-in-law's house, and he got me cleaned up and just Band-Aids. So not even stitches, but I did have a handful of blood. So that's what happened with the Band-Aids. They'll be gone soon. I did not get punched by a big righty, but yeah. So Why Invest Wednesday, guys. Love somebody. Thank a veteran for sure. Absolutely appreciate all you guys and your service, and red, blue, whatever. I love you all, and let's talk soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.